electronically transmitted postal ballot papers or ETPBS, which is exclusively given for the service voters. Here, the counting of these votes are done at the RO's table. The first thing we must know is that this is an electronically prepared and through online sent postal ballots. So they are electronically transmitted postal ballots. Every postal ballot will contain an outer cover, and the outer cover has a QR code which has to be scanned by the computer. Subsequently, the serial number of the envelope and a unique serial number will be provided by the computer. This serial number should be manually marked by the RO on the envelope which is verified. If there are duplicate QR codes, then immediately the computer will generate such duplicate QR codes, and such duplicate envelopes as indicated with the computer software must be invalidated and kept separately by the returning officer. We must first understand that the postal ballot has three sections. One is the Form 13A, which is the declaration by the voter. Form 13B or Cover A, which contains the postal ballot, and Form 13C or the Cover B, in which the declaration as well as the Cover A, which contains the postal ballot, is placed. So first we have checked the Form 13C by the QR code. Now once you open the 13C, what we find inside is 13A, which is the declaration by the elector, and Form 13B or the Cover A, which inside which the marked postal ballot will be placed. So inside 13C we have got two documents. One is the Form 13A, the declaration, and Form 13B, which contains the postal ballot. Once the outer cover, that is 13C, is opened, the RO or the counting supervisor must take out the declaration in Form 13A cover and the 13B, and the QR code on this also must be scanned, and to verify it matches to the original given by for the particular voter. Before opening the cover of Form 13B, the returning officer must check the declaration in Form 13A, and after checking, and if it is in proper order, it must be kept separately and sealed before taking up Form 13B for counting. Now, the declaration by the elector is 13A, which has to be very systematically and properly scrutinized by the counting supervisor. Now, the returning officer can reject a 13A if it does not contain the EPBID and the declaration, and if the declaration has not been duly signed by the voter, or it has not been attested by the officer competent to do so. In such cases, this ballot paper has to be rejected. So the 13B need not be opened. So the declaration has to be properly scrutinized. If everything is in order, then it must be taken and kept separately in a sealed cover, so that it is not available when the actual counting of the vote is done, because the identity of the voter must be secure. So Form 13B Cover A, which contains the postal ballot, will be opened only when all the such 13A declarations have been kept separately in a closed sealed cover by the returning officer. Scanning of QR code should be done in the sequence without fail. Form 13C should be first scanned, followed by the QR code on Form 13A, and then Form 13B. The sequence of QR code scanning should not be changed under any circumstances. Once the 13A declaration has been found to be in order, after it is kept separately, the 13B, which contains the postal ballot, has to be kept separately, and the counting of this postal ballot should be as per the instructions for a postal ballot paper. As you said earlier, the postal ballots will have normally three forms: 13A, 13B and 13C. The form 13C is the larger cover, inside which you will find two documents. One is form 13A, which is the declaration by the voter, which has to be attested by an officer. Subsequently, you have the other thing, which is the form 13B, which contains the postal ballot. So once the declaration has been checked by the returning officer and the counting supervisors, and it is found to be in order, the signature of the voter is there and it has been attested properly, then it has to be kept separately. So on opening the larger cover, when you will find the form 13A and 13B. There are cases where the postal ballot can be rejected. One, if the declaration form 13A is not found inside the cover, if the declaration has not been signed by the elector, or if it has not been attested by the officer competent to do that. In such cases, this postal ballot is defective, said to be defective, and can be rejected. If the serial number of the ballot paper appearing in the declaration form 13A is different from the serial number as endorsed in the inner cover of A is different, then that case also must be rejected. Once all the 13A which are in order has been removed and kept separately in a sealed cover, then the 13B can be taken up, which contains the postal ballot, can be taken up for counting. The 13B is taken up one after the other. To take out the postal ballot, inside that has to be removed. The ARO or the concerned county supervisor must scrutiny every ballot paper and decide its validity. A postal ballot will be rejected only on the following grounds: if there is no vote is recorded, if the voter has given more than one choice, or if it is a spurious or a duplicate postal ballot, or if it has been damaged or mutilated such that the identity of the original ballot paper cannot be established, or if it is not returned in the cover B sent along with it to the elector by the returning officer, or if the mark indicating the vote is made in such a way that it is doubtful to make out whether the candidate to which the particular vote has been given, or if it bears any mark or writing by which a voter can be identified. When scrutinizing the ballot paper, it is to be made very clear that as per law there is no particular way in which a voter must indicate his or her vote in the postal ballot. So any mark put by the voter for a particular candidate can be accepted as the mark for the particular candidate. If the intention of the voter is clear that the mark indicates to a particular candidate beyond any reasonable doubt, then it has to be approved as a vote for that particular candidate. If the mark is made anywhere in the space allotted for the candidate, it has to be treated as a valid vote in favor of that particular candidate. Once the valid votes has been counted for each candidate, then the vote for each candidate is credited and it has to be mentioned as the total number of postal ballot votes received by each candidate, and it must be entered in the result sheet in form 20. After the votes have been mentioned for each of the candidates in form 20, then all the postal ballot papers, both valid as well as rejected, must be kept separately, bundled and put together in a packet, sealed with the seal of the RO and seals of the candidates or the election agents if they desire so, and this must be kept separately.